What up, YouTube? Ed WeskerGriff coming back with my YouTube Sports Card Hall of Fame ballot video. This is the 6th year that the YouTube Sports Card Hall of Fame has been going on, and this is the 6th year that I will be participating and casting my vote, casting my ballot. I've done it every single year. You can see the previous videos up on the channel. But I'm going to apologize to Jake right now, the commissioner. Legends never die. He's got to watch all these ballot videos, and this one's probably going to be pretty lengthy because I got a lot to say. The monologue is going to be pretty long before I get to the 10 channels that I'm going to be voting for. But just want to say the YouTube Sports Card Hall of Fame wouldn't be a year if it didn't have its share of drama, and it certainly has it this year. But I don't pay mind to it. Out of sight, out of mind. Not even going to waste energy on some of the idiotic things that I've heard in the last couple days. But I'm going to talk about my experience, and I'm going to talk about some of the things that I've noticed and some of the things that, you know, drive me, almost like a personal manifesto. But YouTube has changed. It's changed pretty dramatically over the time I've been on here, and the hard truth is that it's not the same. It's really not. And I was around in 2010, started making daily videos in 2011, haven't stopped since 2011, and a lot has really just changed. I said it before on the channel, but there was a time a decade ago where any type of sports card videos that would get posted here on YouTube, I could watch. Doesn't matter who made the video, doesn't matter what channel it was from. If it had cards, I can watch it. Now, in 2023, there are channels out there that post sports card videos that you couldn't pay me. You couldn't pay me money. You couldn't send me Venmo. You couldn't send me PayPal. You couldn't send me crypto. I would not watch it. You couldn't pay me to watch this. It's just, you can tell that the person's biased. You can tell that they have an agenda. You can tell that they're a used car salesman trying to sell you shit. It's just, it feels like an infomercial. Or it feels like the person is really struggling to get through the video. You could tell, you can see it in their eyes that their soul is being sucked out. You know, that it's a job to them. You know, they're not doing it because they have a passion for it or because they're having fun doing it. No, it's a requirement. It's a contractual requirement, and you can you can definitely tell. It's not hard. You can tell that the person is really struggling, and they have my sympathies that they signed. That they're in a soul-crushing job that you can clearly tell that they do not like. But we didn't have that a decade ago. We didn't have that. We didn't have a lot of the noise that we have now. We didn't have, and the community back then was it was way smaller. It was more intimate. It was one sports card community. And over the grand dose of time, it has splintered into smaller communities, smaller factions, you know, sub-factions of sub-factions. And, you know, it's pretty splintered nowadays in 2023. I still do it because I still have a lot of fun doing it. I get a lot of enjoyment out of the videos. And with my people, I have a good network of friends that I talk to on a regular basis, true lifelong friendships and relationships that extend outside of YouTube that I get a lot of enjoyment out of. And it's become part of my collecting nature now to, whenever I get whatever purchase or whatever addition to my collection, I, you know, share it with my friends, share it with the people. I don't do videos because I'm licking my chops hoping to get 1,000 views per video or 500 views per video and, you know, have the view chasing sickness. That's not what drives me. If it drives you, power to you. But you need to look at the bigger picture And you need to understand that sports cards are a niche, very niche thing. And if you have the delusions of grandeur, which unfortunately some people do have, they do have that sickness, you're in for heartbreak and disaster, because it's going to lead you down the road of broken dreams, and you're going to hit that ceiling, because sports card videos, I'm not going to say the C word because I fucking hate the content word. I hate that word. It drives me nuts. But I just did say it, so I did breathe it into air. I gave it existence. But you're going to hit the ceiling. You are going to hit the ceiling. I guarantee you will hit the ceiling. And you're going to realize you wasted your time. You didn't like it. You didn't have a passion for it. And you're just going to be like, why did I waste so much time and effort doing this? It didn't lead to anything. So I hope I just didn't give someone watching this an existential crisis, but maybe I did. Maybe they'll see the light, and maybe they'll come to their senses. But I kind of got off track on the YouTube Sports Card Hall of Fame. We got pretty deep there, didn't we? But I will say, the 10 channels that I'm voting for, all these channels, I think, do good things. They do good things. Not that I think. I don't know why I said that. They do good things. And they have longevity. And it's nice to see a lot of Ballot videos nowadays where people talk about longevity. Eventually, I was saying that back in 2018. That was one of the most important things for my personal criteria, was longevity and seniority. And a lot of people are saying that now. A lot of people are talking about longevity and seniority, which is great. But I want to help the people who joined around 2018 onward to discover some of these older school channels, the Thunder and 24, the Cards Infinity, Sictifer 2024. This is part of the video where I'm going to start name dropping people. Fight On 52, King of Steak, Funky Diabetic 1, Zane Savage, The Autograph Network, The Truth 17, Army ATC, who's still active. Has been doing regular videos, so check it out. PDAZ. The list goes on and on. There's tons of them. And their video libraries are still there, so you can still check it out. You can still discover what it was like back then and get a sense of it, and get a sense of, dare I say, it's going to sound really fucking cliche, but I don't care, how more pure it was. But I digress. All right, so on to the channels that I'm voting for. I think that was pretty lengthy. 8 minutes of your time wasted, but I do it all. So the first channel that I'm voting for is Amish Dave Archer. Every single year I vote for Amish Dave Archer. This year is no exception. He's been around a really long time here on YouTube doing this thing. Really got to hand it to Dave with the Insert Revolution podcast. That's been kind of a revelation and rejuvenation for me on the YouTube side of things. Really enjoy listening to that every week. Even if I can't catch it live, I try to catch it on the archive. But Dave does his thing. He was one of the first people here on YouTube that used to make 20 to 25 minute mail day videos, and that was a big no-no. People did not like long videos. The max time was around 3 to 6 minutes, give or take. But Dave would just drop a 30-minute bomb on people, and nobody was doing that. And now long videos are kind of commonplace here because people want that watch time, more ads, more money, all that crap. But Dave, he should be in. Dave is never shy to give his opinion and give his take, and always enjoy listening to him, interacting with him, doing trades with him, sending care packages just because is Amish Dave Archer. Next person I'm voting for is Brad8671. Brad's just a goddamn good person. Every single year, this guy bombs people in the community, sending out just becauses, hooking up people during Christmas. He's very, very selfless. He's been around a long time. I know him from when he was a group breaking guru. Like, if you wanted to know what product, what team to get in a group break, you went to Brad and you asked him his thoughts. His football knowledge is incredible. Great football collector, Dolphins fan, just a great overall human being, super generous. You know, there's people out there where, you know, hell would freeze over before they sent out a just because or a care package. You're never going to see them send out a just because or a care package. Like I said, hell would freeze over before they do it. But Brad's generosity is unbound, absolutely unbound, just hooking up people left and right. Next is a person that I've known for quite a while. Met them at the 2018 National in Cleveland. Kind of surprised they didn't get more votes, but it is Josh Rated Rookie. Just a really nice guy, really nice person. His collection from 2018 to now has grown leaps and bounds. He's added some insane cards to the collection, but really enjoyed getting to know him over the years. Just a really nice person. I voted for him. I think this is the third year in a row that I voted for Josh Rated Rookie. And yeah, just check him out if you don't know who he is. Like I said, I haven't seen as many people vote for him, so maybe more people don't know about Josh Rated Rookie, but definitely check him out. I would say he posts his videos monthly. He's definitely way more active on Instagram, but check it out. Next is Caleb's Cards, TTM, autographs, and more. Caleb is another person. Every single Christmas, this guy is sending out cards to everyone, literally everyone. Just insane generosity. But one of the important things that Caleb does is you watch his videos. He does TTMs, which are through the mail autographs, which was an integral part of the community 10 years ago. It was the TTM and the sports card community were hand in glove. They were thick as thieves, brother sister community, and you know, TTM is hard. It's not easy. You gotta. It's very labor intensive. You gotta write a whole bunch of letters. You gotta go to the post office. You gotta mail all the stuff out. And it's hard to know who's signing. But if you watch Caleb's videos, you know who's signing. He gives you the addresses, which is kind of a premium in TTMing, because there's some TTMers out there that will not give addresses out. But Caleb is always forthcoming with that information. Information is king when you're TTMing. And Caleb has been one of the nicest people out there, one of the most consistent people out there doing TTM videos and doing some sports cards here and there, and he deserves more recognition. So Caleb's Cards, TTM, autographs, and more. Next, voted for this person last year. I'm going to vote for them again this year. It's because I'm Carlos. Carlos is probably the most consistent person in the community, and I say that because every single Friday he's doing a live stream. He sticks to a schedule. Insanely consistent. He's fostered a really cool thing on his channel on Fridays with the live streams that he does. It's kind of a community hangout where people get together and they interact, and he always reads the comments, always engaging, and he's a great collector too. He's got a lot of stuff in the collection. Brett Favre, Dr. Britt Baker, big into wrestling, big Packers fan. So because I'm Carlos, gets my votes, and yeah, check out one of his lives. Unfortunately, I work on Fridays, so I have a hard time checking them out, but I do try to watch on the archive. Sometimes it's tough to get through some of those live streams, Carlos, though, because they are over 4 hours, but I like to skip around a little bit and to see what they're talking about, see what hot topics in the hobby they are talking about. Next is my good buddy, good friend, Saul BD Kane 721. Voted for Saul last year, voting for him again this year. Saul is a great person, great guy, and you know, a lot of people talk about breaking, doing case breaks, doing box breaks. Saul used to do case breaks of Topps Chrome baseball at cost you could pick the team or do a randomizer. Who does that now? Who does that now? Nobody. If there's nobody that I know of that does that, and Saul did that for so many years, just buying a case of Topps Chrome out of his own pocket. And if you wanted the Phillies, if you wanted the Rockies, if you wanted the Orioles, if you wanted the Yankees, whatever team you wanted, he would give it to you at cost. And he did it for so many years. Obviously, it's gotten way too expensive now because everyone is all about Topps Chrome now. But Saul, set collector, Topps Chrome color guy, loves his inserts, Padres fan, Penn State fan. Just a really, really great person, great guy. And he's been doing YouTube for a really long time. And he's a good person. Next is Steve, the Broncos 79. So I voted for Steve in the past. I didn't vote for him last year. Put him back on the ballot. More people need to check out Steve's channel, the Broncos 79. Just a great guy, hilarious, funny. Terrell Davis, super collector. Obviously a Broncos fan, as you can tell by the YouTube username. But again, a guy that's been around quite a while. Very active on the Insert Revolution podcast that he co-hosts with Dave, Amish Dave Archer. And they're always knocking it out of the park every Tuesday at 8 o'clock. So check out Steve. Go back, see some of his crazy videos on his Terrell Davis collection. And just somebody that people should be checking out. Next, we got Purple GT22. Really happy to see Steve be getting a lot of votes and getting a lot of recognition within the community. But just a Braves, Falcons collector. Again, a lot of people have said it in their ballot videos, but Steve has been around for quite a while. He's been around since same time as me, 2010. And I know Steve's been going through some rough times health-wise, but he always finds the time to do a YouTube video to check in with people, and just a really, really good person. Always hooking up people within the community, sending out Just Because packages, and he does his thing for the community. He engages the community, and that's another thing I do want to say. What you put in is what you get here in the YouTube sports card community. If you put in the time, you put in the effort, boy, it will be reciprocated. But if you don't, if you just upload the video and you press play and you rinse and repeat and you never engage anyone, of course you're not going to receive anything in return. You're not going to get any engagement back. So I digress. Next, how's this guy not in the Hall of Fame? Squeepa 21, Phil. An OG, a legitimate OG. A guy who's been doing his thing well before me, well before pretty much everyone I voted on this list. But he's been around for forever. You could literally see his kids growing up in his videos. His kids from when they were babies to I think they're first, second, third grade now. You could literally see his kids grow up in his videos. Again, probably the most, maybe outside of Carlos, maybe the most consistent person on this list. Just doing weekly, bi-weekly videos for God knows how long. I think since like 2008, maybe. Phil's just an awesome person. Got the chance to hang with him at the National in Chicago. But Cubs fan, Chicago sports fan, insane collection too. TTMer as well. Just a guy who I scratch my head on how they're not in this thing. But again, more people need to be aware, because when I click on Phil's video and I go to the comments, I see the same people commenting. So we need some of you newer blood to check out Squeepa 21's channel and to get amongst it, as I like to say. And this final vote here, I think it might surprise people. People might be like, "What the hell are you doing?" But this guy has these two have longevity. They've been doing their thing, and that's Sports Card Radio. Yes, you heard that right. I'm voting for Sports Card Radio, and again, they go out. They're obviously don't interact with the community, but they have a bigger presence within the overall YouTube hobby landscape, and they do a lot of I'm fumbling over my words here, but they do a lot of good. They bring a lot of awareness to certain issues in the hobby, and they have that longevity. If you go back on their YouTube channel, they've been making videos on YouTube since like 2007, so they're not one of these fly-by-nighters who recently came in. They have a lot of good information in their videos. They are certainly shining a light on certain hot topic issues. I'm kind of surprised that more people haven't voted for them, but again, I kind of get it, because not every video they do I necessarily agree with, and they do tend to be a little hyperbolic on certain things, but they have the collector's interest at heart, I believe, and they do shine awareness on a lot of the shady shit that goes on in this hobby. And trust, and we know that Ken Golden and Joe Orlando, we know these guys have a lot of dirt. But if you're a new person within the hobby, if you just came in during the COVID boom, you might not know that. You don't have that knowledge. So they do provide a great service to people who are just coming in within the last couple years to shine a spotlight to say, hey, this is some shady shit going on. Like, there is a track record of this shadiness that you need to be aware of. So they're educating a lot of people, and they do it in an entertaining way. And I'm sure everyone on here already knows their channel. But again, I'm going to give them a vote just because of the longevity factor and the fact that they're probably educating and doing it in an entertaining way a lot of people who came in around the COVID boom, around the pandemic. So that's the 10 channels that I voted for. Now, for some odd reason, no one's voting. No one gave their Joe Ryan Fan Good Guy Award pick and their AR Falk 77 Lifetime Achievement Award. I don't know if we're still doing that, but fuck it. Here's the two people I'm voting for. For the Joe Ryan Good Guy, I'm voting for picker Jim S. If you know Jim, you just know how much of a super nice guy he is and how supportive he is of everyone in the community. And for the Lifetime Achievement Award, I am voting for a guy who has come back pretty strong recently. That is P-Daz. P-Daz, awesome YouTuber, old school, legitimate old school YouTuber. And he deserves the recognition. I wanted to put him on the ballot, and I probably should have, but put him on the Lifetime Achievement. So P-Daz. Again, all these channels will be listed in the video description, so I'll probably do that a day or so later after this, because you all know I want that 23 minutes of watch time. Alright guys, thanks for sticking with it. Sorry this video was long as fuck, but again, these videos always have... Oh, Jake, again, apologies, my man. I hope you skipped ahead instead of hearing all this monologue stuff. But take care. That's enough time. Peace.